Welcome to Tea in the Classroom. Yay! Because that was bad again. But even though I'm dying, you would think that she was the one that was dying. Even though I'm dying. It is May 2nd, and the pollen count is on drugs. Okay? Outside is completely green, and I am completely dying. Okay? So, today we have a guest. Yay! Yay! So, guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Smitty. To all y'all, Smitty Bands to the rest. That's it. That's all the introduction.
It's like every time you bring a man on the show, it's just like they just be like just confused. It's like
I ain't confused. I'm gonna keep it real. Classy today.
If you would have kept it classy, then you would have said, "Hey guys, my name is Smitty Bands to others," and
I would have kept it pushing.
That was it.
You feel me?
That would have been it. That would have been all. But that's neither here nor there. Miss J's birthday was on Tuesday. Yay! And you guys know that Sunday is for Champeasy. Okay, our wonderful guest got us some fancy Moet. Yay! Yay! Okay, guys. So, what are we going to talk about on May 2nd with our special guest, Schmitty? What are you talking about? He decided to pick what we were going to discuss today. He felt like he had something passionate that he wanted to discuss. We said, why not? Sometimes you got to just give the people what they want, right? So, what did you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about the imaginary tier system that is in place when it comes to women and men as well. Some women consider themselves low tier, middle tier, high top tier. What's the qualifications for each? What's the criteria?
What is exactly what is tier? Yeah. Now, not even so much what is he. What is T? Like, what does that mean? Like, is that like a level? It's like
a level. It's like some men don't deal with the lower tier. Some men only want the top tier. Some men feel
top tier though.
That's what we're here to discuss today. That's what we here.
Okay, the invisible tier system of what people think that they're better than they are. Right. Is that what it is?
And then some people overhype a next person. Maybe that person doesn't see themselves as top tier, but another person's analysis juxtapose of that person might be as such. And
do you want to help you?
No, I don't. But I was gonna discuss that. You guys, did you see me struggle for like 5 minutes to unwrap this? But it's okay. Y'all watch it struggle with fucking champagne every fucking Sunday. So this is nothing new. It's just a fancier version. Okay, so what brought you to talk about this tier system? Something had to like spark your interest in the tier system or lack thereof, or yes, tell us about it.
I'm just a person that I'm a well-versed person. Like I've interacted with a lot of females in life, and I've never had to give a viewpoint of them as far as a caste system, who's lower tier, or measuring her by. I don't know what the tier system really is. It's kind of like niggas tell me she's elite or she's top tier or whatever the case may be. And I just look at it like whatever. I have a conversation, and I'm acquainted with this person, and I don't know what the tier system is, because it's like what classifies them as such, that you can't have sex with them, or if you don't do a certain thing, or you can't get close to them.
Okay. So we're gonna because I really needed to understand so that we could really get down to the bullet points. So we could really properly discuss this. Right. So what he wants to discuss today is, why do some bitches think that they're absolutely hot chili pepper and they may be hot dog shit, and other bitches that are hot chili pepper, they may think that they are dog shit? Or why do niggas put bitches on a higher pedestal and they do not deserve it? So
we in
cool.
We in the classroom.
Right. Here we go. I broke it down. Objective of today. Our teammates will be able to understand what the fuck is a tier system and why do these people think that they are when they're not. Period.
Beautiful.
Thanks. That's what I get paid to do. Right? So, yay! let's get started. So, when discussing what do people think, like who do people think that they are and why, I always like to go back to my boy. You already know what I'm about to say. Nah. My son, Kevin Samuels. That is, I don't know. I told you he is the most toxic nigga in the whole entire planet, but I can never stop watching him. Like, I can never, ever stop watching him. It's like an addiction.
Yeah.
It's a bad addiction because he makes me feel like shit. So, since we're talking about tier system, right? He makes the decisions as to who is a high value person and who is not. So we're gonna just talk about you first, Mr. Smitty. What do you consider to be a high level top tier bitch, female?
I don't look at females in any tier.
Sir, we cannot have a conversation about this, and you can't like break down what you think, because I will break down what I think. What
I think of a high tier is, I mean, it's mad viewpoints of it, because you could be a high tier nigga or a rich.
What do you consider to be a high tier bitch?
A high tier bitch, she gotta have her own, not need for nothing, not want for nothing. Anything.
What do you mean by she has to have her own? Because let's like really break it down. Let me help you out here. What do you mean by she has to have her own? Her own what? Her own job, her own car, her own house. No. Answer my question.
I'm answering. Yes, and yes.
Okay, so a top tier bitch has to live by herself. She has to have her own car. She has to, be paying her own bills.
It gotta be financially. It gotta be a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you top tier, you gotta be bad. You gotta be all of that. You gotta be up there. You gotta be damn near celebrity status. Top tier to me is like Beyonce, and according to the man, what's his name,
Kevin Samuels,
she's an 8.
Yeah,
so it's like,
and Kelly Rowland is a 9 though, and that's only, and he's only discussing that based on physical appearance, technically. Okay. So that's what he considers. I don't think that I feel like he would consider Beyonce to be top tier, but there is just an umbrella, like what a high value man is. What he considers a high value man is somebody that makes 6 figures, somebody that takes care of themselves, somebody that has their own job. You feel me? That is a part of something that's growing. That's what he considers to be a high value nigga or top tier nigga in this case. Is that what you're saying that a top tier bitch is? Because if that's the case, then we don't really have you. Have you met much top tier bitches?
I have 6 figures, got their own shit going on. I definitely have. And
so why don't you got that? Or were you not top tier enough to pull them?
I was whatever tier I am enough to pull them. It's just it's other females that's how I view it, but it's other females that have a different view of it and classify themselves as such. And then there's men that classify them as such, what's the word, like gaslighting them, and
what does that mean? Because honestly, I'm gonna be G-real with you. I'm a teacher and all that. I don't really understand what exactly is gaslighting. Like, what is that? Explain that to me. Can you, Tiana?
So usually when they say you're gaslighting, so say I have a problem with you or in a relationship and I have a problem with you, and opposed to you actually addressing and taking accountability, what you're going to do is now you're going to reverse psychology on me. You're going to bring back everything that you said, what I said to you, you're going to bring it back to me and just flip it and just overlook whatever you said. I'm not going to hear whatever you said. I'm just going to make it about me. You just said this and now you're hurting my feelings. You're getting me upset, bro. Like, you're ruining my day. Now I'm going to have a bad day, yada, yada, yada. Pretty much putting your shit on the back burner. That's my definition of it. Because that's usually just, for me, it's just not taking accountability. Grow up. That's
okay. I like your hair, might I add. Just realized that it has like little pins and like little
Thank you.
So
the longer it gets, the more solid.
My question, but I just want to interject.
Yes.
Gaslighting, that might be what gaslighting is, but when niggas say like, yo, I'm gassing the situation, that's more of what I meant. Like, just lying, just kind of like just feeding false esteem into a woman just so they can carry out their ulterior motive.
Okay. So when you say gaslighting, you're basically saying that that they are hyping this. Okay. Okay. Like they be gaslighting bitches on some like, oh, you this, just to fuck.
Just gassing.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. But that may be what maybe that's where gassing came from the term gaslighting.
No, because the term gaslighting is what basically I said. Because if
I didn't know. You just told me that. You just told me that.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. I always hear about people saying, yo, don't gaslight. Well, don't gaslight the situation. But then I never really understood it. I just kind of was like, oh, okay.
I don't know. I've never really heard nobody say don't gaslight. I just heard don't gas me. I'll be telling you don't gas me. Don't gaslight me. Don't.
But that's what I'm saying. I've heard that shit.
When I'm arguing with a nigga is when a nigga will be like, why are you trying to gaslight me? Like I've had conversations where a man will tell me I'm gaslighting him, not because I'm gassing him, but because I'm bypassing whatever the fuck he's saying because I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like I don't care what you're trying to say. So basically, you're ruining my mood right now. Like you're blowing my.
Okay. It's like instead of having a mature conversation with the person, they just kind of flipping and then they kind of gaslighting it because it's making you more tight. So the gas. Okay.
So they just sweep that shit under the rug. Your problem. It's not my problem. It's personal.
Can you I didn't realize you have your phone. Can you please look up the definition of what gaslighting is, just to help us out here?
Yeah, because our phones are up there.
I think I just said the wrong terminology, and we're just kind of like running with that.
No, it's fine.
Miss J did not know what gaslighting meant.
Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which a person or a group covertly sows seeds of a doubt in a targeted individual or group, making them question their own memory, perception, or judgment. Wow. It's basically manipulation to the next level.
Yeah. First of all, as a teacher, I would like to take a second. You read that so well. Not saying that you're not a grown ass man.
Very well.
Yes, not to say that you're not a grown man and you didn't go to school and shit. But you read that so well. You know, it really shows a nigga if you can let him read out loud. A lot of niggas cannot read out loud.
Like shit me.
I told my family members and stuff to read and write and shit. You know, I'm a West Indian.
What does it say?
Gaslighting is completely different. When you gaslight someone, you basically make the person feel like they are going to
be continued.
The person going crazy or that they're in the wrong. So
so I didn't know that, and so now I know what gaslighting means. That's good.
Me too.
The more you know.
Toxic, so we go through it a lot. Wow. I get the toxic niggas, and I can be a toxic bitch sometimes to the niggas. Wow. So
all right,
I understand the term very well.
Okay, so what is your definition of a top tier nigga, Miss Fire Mommy? What is your definition?
So fine, we're gonna start with the mental. I need someone who's super calm, rational, realistic. I hate emotional, unrealistic, irrational people.
We're not talking. Okay, so sorry. Just to cut you off.
Top tier is that's on a
okay. Your top tier. Okay. Yes. Okay.
That's what he needs to be mentally stable and mentally strong. Financially, I need you to be whatever you need to be to satisfy yourself and to take care of a family. If you wouldn't have a family with me, that's it. I don't need you to be the fucking richest man in the world. I need you to be a good person. I don't give a fuck about how much money you make. I was just talking about that today with somebody.
Those are my podcasts that can only hear. I just rolled my eyes. But continue.
I don't want no fucking rich nigga that's gonna eventually, because he feels like I'm older and now that he's rich and you know he can get to go get the little young bitch because I'm older now. I don't have all his babies. I don't have time for a nigga that basically pulled me in because he's rich. I want a nigga that's rich in life and spirit and peace and all kinds of shit. Yes, you roll your eyes, baby. This is the chakra, baby. So I'm cool. I'm cool. Like I'm cool. I'm calm, collect. I don't need nobody that's gonna come around and just put a leash on me because he got bread and he know that I'm gonna always stick around with him because he has bread. So my top tier version of a nigga is someone who's just wealthy in life, health, wealth, whatever. Just not monetary shit. I more care about somebody's mental, emotional, spiritual. Because that shit'll really fuck you up. You get a nigga that's all wealthy and shit, and he might be somewhere mental because he got the strength and shit. But next thing you know, you in the crib and he's telling you like, listen, you can only call me master. Or matter of fact, you can't go nowhere unless I approve of that, huh?
Yo, how did we get this?
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. I knew that that's where you're going, and that's why I was rolling my eyes from the beginning. Because again, I know Tiana, I know Fire Mommy for a long time, and I already know, and I hate it.
I just like emotionally and mentally stable people. My top tier version is not someone who has to be rich. That's all I'm saying. He doesn't have to be rich. He just has to be rich.
Yeah, but I feel like that's it. I don't want to say that that's like a problem or that's an issue. Of course not. We all want somebody that's fucking mentally stable that can like that. But I'm not saying the person has to be a bum.
What I'm saying is I don't need him to be a fucking millionaire. Yeah, but could be 100,000 there. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, he can make 6 figures, but I don't need him to fucking be.
But 6 figures, but that's what I'm saying. You just said that it's just as long as they can take care of. Nah, that is something. You want a nigga that makes 6 figures because he can handle shit. You get what I'm saying? That is what I mean. Like, it's not as long as he can pay the bills and as long as we can make it by. Like, that's not. I'm saying like that's just not what I would consider to be top tier. Like, I'm not gonna shoot for a nigga that works for somebody if there's a nigga out there that has his own shit and they're on the same type of level on every other playing field. That's what I'm saying. And like your reasoning, you was like, oh, because I don't want him to like feel as though he can control me or whatever the case may be. Like, I get that that's an issue. You feel me? But you shouldn't think about that is what I'm trying to say. You're off the camera view. But you shouldn't think about him leaving you when he gets older because he wants somebody younger, because he's rich and he can do that. Like, it should just be everything else on the checklist. Plus, I need my nigga to make 6 figures because I like to be outside. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, as long as I make 6 figures, six figures, I'm gonna expect him to make 6 figures.
Okay, so well, like there's a lot of things.
That's my logic. If I make 6 figures, I own my own crib and I have like 3 cars, my nigga gotta have the same or more. That's it.
Cool. So
objection. I gotta chime into that.
Copy.
Boom. Let's say you find a person, he's a very good character, but he's trying to get his shit together to make 6 figures, 3 cars, and all.
I'm not going to give him a chance. I would definitely give him a chance.
Are you going to give him a chance?
No, don't lie for the camera. You just high
maintenance from the jump.
Period.
Whoa, but this is what I'm saying. What is our definition of high maintenance? Don't do that. Because high maintenance is just, I like to be cuddled and I like to be fed. Those are like my basics. Is that not a fact? Those are the 2 most important shit. That's it. I like to be cuddled and I need to be fed. Like, that's it. Like, we can't just, because I like to cuddle means quality time. Feel me? You can't just have me there hungry. Like, that's just what it is. When we chilling, we hanging out. I want to go chill. I want to vibe. I want to eat something.
Not the basics.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not high maintenance. That's what I'm saying. But from the beginning, I have to know what you can do from the jump. That doesn't mean that I require it. My first date doesn't need to be Ruth Chris, or it doesn't need to be Morton's. Like, it doesn't have to be. We can't do that.
Can I ask a question? Why does everybody like use Ruth Chris as like Wolfgang is much better than Ruth Chris.
Wolfgang is
Sarah
expensive. Listen. If you don't do it if you don't
Carmine's.
Don't do it if you don't got it.
Hold on.
Carmine's I don't even consider. I don't even know because Maggiano's is just as fire. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but Ruth Chris only because
keep it Applebee's.
What?
Again, so
listen.
It's fine.
I don't even eat Applebee's by myself.
Listen. No. See, this is a whole nother.
Hold on, I gotta read this comment. Hold on, right now. That's a question I have. So, top tier would basically be your ideal person. So you won't judge someone who feels that they are top tier because there is no set rule or standard for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's standard would be different. You get what I'm saying? Like she said, like she will be okay with dealing with somebody who is, I guess, a low level employee, I guess we would say.
Not even a low level employee. Someone that's fucking, bro. I'm a fucking manager. Like, it's not like I'm obviously gonna one day be someone's regional district, whatever the fuck ever. I might own my own company. Who fucking knows? I'm pretty young, but I'm not expecting no man right now that I date to be fucking on some Jeff Bezos shit. Like, I run my own company. I got this and the third. While I would love to meet a man that's like that, because I'm pretty sure I would just drop everything and be like, you can pay all my debt. I went to college. I can go back to college. Thank you. But, whatever. Whatever.
No, that's, I mean, like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. First of all, there's way too many ways to make money. There's just way too many things to do to not just be on top of your shit. That's all. That's all that I basically be saying. I work hard. You get what I'm saying? I want me to be with somebody that also works hard. And I get it that there's a difference between somebody that is working towards being better and somebody that is content with where they are.
Yeah, no, we always want somebody that's progressive. I'm not saying that I'm okay with someone that's being stagnant, because I've had enough of that in my life, and I realized that if I'm not stagnant, then why the fuck is the man wants to be the leader, the protector, yada, yada, yada. So if you're not even doing what I'm doing and you're doing below that, I can't have that anymore. I can't do that. Like that at this point in my life is too much.
Sidebar, stagnancy in men is not cool.
Period.
Moving on.
But being stagnant, I feel like in general is not a good habit. Like you should never.
I mean, a woman, let's say like you a housewife. Is that sort of kind of not stagnancy?
Why?
What?
Being a housewife is still a full-time job as well.
It is.
So how can that be stagnant?
But do you earn 6 figures being a housewife?
No, but by association, I do.
But that honestly, that was my point that I was gonna try to tell you was like you said, as long as you making 6 figures and he's making 6 figures, but it's like, what if when it's time for you to have babies and it's time for you to just mac and it's time for you to just take care of whatever's going on in the crib? Like you have to have somebody that you already know can handle things.
Facts.
You shouldn't need to go like this certain, again, we're gonna go back to Kevin Samuels because that's kind of like where I like to reference a lot. He makes a lot of valid points. He makes a lot of valid points. Like your objective is to make sure that you're good, make sure that you're fine, but then at the same time, it's like you want to be in the crib with your kid. Like that's really what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like as a mother, like I heard y'all cry when y'all go back to work. Like you know what I'm saying? Like because that's just not what it's. Yeah. It's just not what you're supposed to like. It's just not what you should want to do. That's all. It's just not so what you should want to do. And by you,
both of them.
This is very unprofessional, and I
got blocked on that one for 30 days.
Okay. This is what I mean. We gotta really talk to guests prior. We gotta really have long conversations because sidebar talks is not what it is during podcasts. That's just not how things work.
Pardon me, guys.
It's okay.
Pardon me.
It's okay. We're here now, and everything's okay. But now, Miss J, what would you consider to be a top tier nigga?
Miss J, what do you consider to be a top tier nigga?
Why are we even using nigga and bitches? Why not woman and man?
What would I consider to be a top tier man? I would consider a top tier man to be someone that is financially stable. And by financially stable means that he is getting paid, putting money away, and still able to do what he has to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I consider to be financially stable. Like you should have the option of being outside. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I consider to be financially stable. Like I know people that, they work hard, but then you have mad bills, mad debt, mad shit because you're trying to be fancy, but you can't afford to be outside because you're trying to be fancy. Like I don't like that. If you're going to be a nigga that's doing this, you need to be able to maintain it. You get what I'm saying? My nigga needs to know how to dress. My man needs to know how to dress. That's what I would consider. There's a lot of people that even though, they just hate, I don't know, they just don't care about their appearance. Like your appearance is very important to me. You know what I'm saying? To me, everybody's different, but your appearance is important because I care about.
But I feel like that's the thing though. Like you can always help somebody. Like
of course you can
always help them get back to that like style or the like type of look that you want them to have because some men are just really receptive to their women, so they're going to be like, listen, if my bitch want me to dress like this, I'm dressed like this. Buy all his fits for him.
Right.
They'll be appreciative.
So I don't need me a pretty, like, I don't need me a nigga that like, or a man that like, that's like feeling himself on a regular basis. Or I don't need a man that like,
whoa, time out. I gotta address something you just said. Say what you just said again.
You can't ask me to repeat things because I forget things really quickly.
All right, I feel what you're saying, but I kind of get the gist. So the nigga, this is a person you have interest in. The female gotta buy him with his fit. That's what you said, like how he does?
What I'm saying is that so say she meets a man who has everything that she wants except for the style factor. Like he doesn't dress the way she really likes.
So dress him.
So not even just dress him. Sometimes they can go shopping. Say because he's gonna be someone that would take her shopping. They go to the mall. She's like, baby, I think you look good in this. He'll buy it.
Fuck all that. A man that can't dress, don't fuck with him. He have no style. So when you be like, baby, do I look good in this? He can't tell you if you look good or not. So rule number 1. Rule number 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Copy.
So what I was gonna say about that comment, something similar to what he's saying. It's like I don't want to walk into something feeling like I gotta fix something. You get what I'm saying? Like
so you just want somebody to come perfect, basically.
No, what are you talking about? We're talking about a top. But we're talking about a top
But what I'm
tier
saying is
nigga. We're talking about
top tier is like perfect. Yeah.
everybody's top tier person that
supposed to
they
be
can see
perfect?
should be everything that they see. Of course, there's gonna be things that is gonna be worked on. Of course, if I find a nigga that hits every other bullet point, but the fact that he can't dress, of course, it's something to work with. But we're talking about my top tier nigga, the person at the top,
Right.
the person at the top right now. Okay, I want him to be able to dress. Like, that's it. I want him to be able to maintain himself. I don't want to tell my nigga to go get your hair cut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same way you
Go
don't
get
want to
your hair
tell
done.
me to go get my nails done. Go get that
Right.
fixed, sis. I don't want to see that. You don't want to have to tell your show to do that. I don't have to tell my man to do that.
Yeah, I don't even like telling myself to go get my nails done. I was like, put your nails done, bitch.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Because that's just how you care about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, please do not take the fact that, I like to eat into any other way, but you know what I'm saying? You need to want to like care about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Care about your appearance and what's happening outside. You know what I'm saying?
Why does the eating have to
Because if you talk about, I can't talk about appearances and not take into consideration the fact that I'm a plus size young lady. Like, so that is a part of appearance.
It is.
Okay,
a lot
then.
of men enjoy plus size women. So, yeah.
They enjoy it,
especially the ones that you're talking about.
I don't think you plus size.
Sir,
She's
extra large.
She's pleasantly
I think
plump.
you with the times, baby.
I think you with the time.
Facts. You definitely with the times. You definitely with the times.
Listen, and I call again. I am addicted.
Beautiful alliteration, people. Take that. Pleasantly plump.
That's the first time you heard that?
That's the word. That's the alliteration of the year.
You never heard that before?
I mean, I've heard it. I'm just saying it applies to you very well.
Thank you.
Pleasantly
because
plump.
she's like a little fun size package.
But I would have to take that into consideration. You know what I'm saying? So I would want him to, have a car. I would want him to have his own shit. Like, I feel like especially a man over a female, they you kind of expect them to be a little bit more independent. You have to take into consideration, like you say over and over again, the man has to lead. When a man leading, I feel like he just has to be more on top of his shit. Yeah. I want to, like we talked about with on the episode when we talked about Sweetie and Quavo and shit like that. Like, because I want a nigga that makes 6 figures and I'm not there yet, that doesn't mean that I'm with him because of his money. What if I want him to show me the ropes? What if I want him, you feel me? Like, what if I want to just help him be great? Because at the end of the day, my man is supposed to lead. I want to follow behind him. I don't want to be the person that my nigga got to follow behind.
Interjection. Question.
Answer.
All right, boom.
Answer.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love it. That was hilarious.
Go ahead.
So
what's the question?
My thing is like this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're making your 6 figures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say your man makes 6 figures, but he don't do it legally. Is that acceptable to you?
No.
Wow.
You want him to be kingpin? Because that's what he's gonna have to be if he's making over 6
But
figures.
this is what I'm saying. He just said, is that acceptable if my nigga makes 6 figures?
You know what that
illegally?
means? That means that I'm gonna be living around. I'm gonna be
Exactly.
stressed. I'm gonna be living around niggas with guns all the time.
RIP to my son DMX. That is a prime example. Belly is a prime example. RIP to my son.
There's many people in the hood. There's many people you probably bump into, go to the corner store, buy your little whatever from the corner store and don't even know. These niggas have 6 figures. These people have, whether it be cryptocurrency, whether it be certain shit.
Well, okay, yeah. So my thing
wait. Let me say what I gotta say.
That's not what you said, though.
No. 6 figures is not even 6 figures, but a nigga that can maintain himself, but he don't got a 9 to 5, or he don't got a degree to help him to get that salary pay. You know what I'm saying? But he making that salary pay. You feel me?
No.
It's not.
I don't want to be
not flying.
No, because.
Flying for you.
So what is he doing all day? What is he doing all day? Just sitting at the computer?
But that's it.
Trade. Stop.
I can't.
Stop.
No.
Who am I addressing? Her first? You first?
Yeah, she started talking first. Go ahead.
Yeah. You can address her because I forgot.
Okay, good. Because your shit was more. I got a more of an answer for your shit. But say what you said again.
Oh, you said that does he just sit at the computer and just be like,
yeah? What is he doing?
Like that's what I'm saying.
While his 6-figure wife is
let's
out.
Let's say boom, he invested in Bitcoin.
That's different. That's legal.
Wait. Let's say he got locked up. He had like $2,000 sitting in Bitcoin. No, just saying. You like the nigga? You know what I'm saying? He was He was top tier to you. He was acceptable to you. Fuck top tier. He was acceptable to you. Went to jail, came home 3 years. He had 2 bands in Bitcoin when he got locked up. He came home, Bitcoin shot up. Now he's 15 mil up from Bitcoin. Well, right?
That is legal. What are you talking about? You just said
no. That's legal trading. I'm just saying.
No, but
you cannot use the example of originally made. Will I be okay with my nigga having 6 figures even though he makes it illegally? That is what you said.
Right,
and I said no, legal. That is legal.
That's legal. I don't give a fuck.
Cool,
if he's rich.
So let me give a prime example. So yes, it's a problem. That's a problem. Yes. Drugs. So let me give you a prime example, right? I was dealing with somebody or talking to somebody, or whatever the case may be, and that was his only main objective, was to do that. You know what I'm saying? Kingpin? Nah, not so much that, but just kind of maintain where he's at. He's stacked up. He's doing what he got to do, whatever the case may be. But he wants somebody that is doing fantastics, right? For tax purposes, you feel me? For the house purposes, for write-off purposes. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
What do you mean? How the fuck can you buy a crib with cash only?
Bro, you fucking with an immigrant. You fucking with some immigrant nigga.
What?
That's not happening.
He had to be like a third world country, nigga. He was not born in the USA.
How?
Your examples are really bad.
They're not. Because
what are you saying right now?
All right, a nigga that really know what's up. First of all, I've been born in USA. I was born in King County. My parents is West Indian. I could read somebody to see if I move such and such, they're not gonna jack it. Simple. So my thing is, why would I tell somebody that I do such and such, but for tax purposes, and I or even if I'm not seeing that, or I'm just seeing stuff that.
What are you trying to say?
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, why would I speak like that? Why would I lead you on to think like that?
Think like what?
What?
All right.
I'm confused.
So confused.
We need sound.
See. No. You're not understanding because I'm talking from a man's point of view.
No, sweetie.
What does a man's point of view have?
We're not even understanding because you're not wording your word.
Because if a man, all right, say the story you just said again. Say what you just said one more time.
Bro, the nigga is making money, but he's making it by selling drugs. And
he's making it by selling drugs.
That is financially stable, who has a job, so that all that money can make sense.
Okay, first of all, if I'm a nigga and I'm making so much money with drugs, right? I wouldn't ask a female.
So then how would you get your house?
How would I get my house?
Yes.
I wouldn't ask a female.
So how would you get your crib? You're not answering the question. Remember that you buy a crib to live together and live happily ever after. That means that you do not plan on living with your shorty.
First of all,
of course you cannot ask nobody, you random ass bitch.
Listen, first of all, the person that you're dealing with,
you're not dealing with them. That's damn near your wife.
That's damn near your wife.
Duh.
All right, so
because y'all looking at houses.
Your wife is not even gonna question where your funds is coming from.
You sound absolutely ridiculous.
What?
No.
A black woman definitely will.
I don't because a black woman is not dumb. A black woman is not dumb. You think El Chapo wife was dumb? You think no black woman is dumb to just see they nigga if they don't got a job, they're not clocking in to see where their funds is coming from. Every woman know where they nigga funds is coming from. Yeah, and those are the women
that are okay with that. We're not.
It's not that it's okay. And if you're not okay with it, then you know exactly. You can pinpoint exactly where the funds come. So there's no questionability about none of that.
What the fuck does that have to do with when you want to buy a crib? You cannot buy a crib.
Like, if you want to buy a crib, and you know
right now.
No, listen. If you want to buy a crib, right, you know the person you're dealing with is going to be uncomfortable with it. Why would I press the issue? I'm gonna go around that. I'm gonna go around that.
We're not thinking
any real street nigga is gonna go around that. How?
Yes.
Listen, any real street nigga.
How?
Listen, any real street nigga.
How?
That's really in the streets.
How?
That's really have an aim and objective to get a crib, and he know his wife is not gonna be down with the antics that he's on. He's gonna get it, and then he's gonna bring it to his wife.
But you sound ridiculous because that's not gonna be your wife.
It's not.
All right, so we're done with this. We're done with this.
Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. No.
So listen.
Men are smart. Men are smart. Women are smart as well, but men are smart.
Can I speak?
You can.
Thank you.
You can.
Okay. What you are telling me is that you are in a relationship with somebody that you're damn near about to marry, and you went this whole entire time with somebody that didn't already know what you was doing and wasn't already okay with from the beginning. I'm never going to talk to a nigga past a certain amount of time and I don't already know what he's doing and what I'm going to need to do. This is what I'm saying. I know people that do that. I know people that accepted that from day one. That's the only way for it to fucking work. You're not gonna be with no bitches. You're gonna have to sneak around. Again, prime example. We're gonna go back to Belly because if we're talking about illegal shit, we're gonna go back to that. You have to have people that's doing what they gotta do so it don't look ridiculous.
Any real street nigga know how to separate romance and business.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Any real one, like I just said.
How can you cannot marry? You cannot be with anybody long term and think that you're gonna keep that shit a secret. We're not talking about I'm gonna be next to you while you shooting a nigga in the face because he robbed you. We're not talking about that. We're talking about understanding where the shit is coming from, understanding what you're doing when you're out at nighttime.
So question. I have a question for you guys.
The fuck?
Any real? All right.
Stop saying any real nigga because it's kind of bothering me.
All right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
I'm not gonna front. It does bother me too because I know some real niggas.
Exactly.
3 of them is my blood. And the oldest one.
If nobody else knows, the wife.
Do they let their wife or their significant other know their finances?
My oldest brother runs businesses with all his main bitches. Period.
It's the only way for it to fucking work.
Them bitches is the one that's picking up the prostitutes for the nigga. Okay, she's the one that's counting his bread. She's the one that's making sure his drugs.
Who you gonna try to prove my point?
That's not what.
What's the point? Hold on. What's your point then? What point is
my point is. A real street nigga that understands how the game go is not gonna move against the grain. He's not gonna do shit that's not beneficiary to the.
What is this coming to?
Your bitch is beneficiary, sir. Your bitch is beneficiary. If nobody else benefits, it's your shorty. So if nobody else, I'm sorry. Let me finish real quick. Because if nobody else is there, your shorty's there for you. Period. Let's not really play this game like you don't know niggas that everybody else fell off but their shorty. Let's not shut up.
A Chapo woman fell off him. A Chapo woman folded.
You sound stupid. It was the mistress. You stupid nigga. What are you talking about?
No.
The wife said that she did not know what was happening.
No. She folded afterwards. You're bugging. You didn't keep up with that case. She folded. They do fold. My thing is this. Go ahead.
We could just get back to the
main topic. Let's go back to the main topic.
That's what we were talking about today.
This is a very strong topic.
No, it wasn't a strong topic. During podcasts, what you want to have one of your own, you have to remember that all parties are here to express, listen, and talk. So if someone is trying to interject, as in not interject and disrespect, like to disrespect you or to throw you off track, they're talking to you to, find a better understanding of what you're saying. So opposed to just trying to speak a little higher, speak a little lower, stop talking, and engage with each other properly. That's all.
Fine, mommy became the teacher real quick. My bad.
It's the mommy. That's the mommy. Yeah. But anyway, that's all it is. Cool, great. Let's get back to it.
No. It just kind of threw me off because honestly, I really kind of prefer to stand. I really prefer to stay on the topic just for a second longer, just because it's kind of really bothering me. Okay. The fact that how can you be in a top tier relationship with somebody that you don't trust? You trying to tell me that it's confusing. No, it's confusing to me. So my thing if nobody else knows what's going on, your wife knows what's going on. All right, so your nigga will turn their back on you before your bitch does. But I'm so confused here.
Man, y'all misconstrued in the game, and this is why I gotta talk. Because
you've been talking this whole time and not making sense. That's what we were saying.
That's the problem.
We're confused. That's all.
Really the problem.
We just want a little
clarification.
Yes, that's all.
It's supposed to not make sense. A lot of it is supposed to not make sense because it's like any real nigga is not gonna let their woman have full control of a lot of things.
What the fuck? Did anybody say anything about control?
Not even control. It's just have 100% idea of what's going on. Unless you marry. Because marriage is a business, and within a business, you're supposed to have a partnership. So in a partnership, you got the blueprint laid out. But let's say you just a street nigga and you making your 6 figures, and this is a woman, she working her 9 to 5, and she making her 6 figures. Y'all meet each other at the median.
Basically, what Janika was saying was that what I'm going to tell you what goes on with my brother and his businesses and all that, and his women is that basically
shout out to bro.
He's amazing, all 3 of them. But he is very intelligent. He's someone who, when he dates, and these girls know his lifestyle. Point is that he needs someone who has a financial stability to where they can say that they make money. He needs someone who has the credit that is not tainted by his felony records, or that the fact that he doesn't have any credit because he doesn't own cards because he's a criminal. Like this is what she's probably getting at, is that a woman who's doing that is the one that's going to be his beneficiary at the end. She's the one that has her name on the deed. She's the one that owns all the cars. She's the one that has her name in the business. It is true because I've already seen it. This is how it goes for most men who are.
Sweetheart, you know what I'm coming to the conclusion of is that you really don't have no top tier niggas that is in the street that you know of. Because if you did, then you can never fix your lips to ever say, unless that's his baby mom, unless it's just a bitch that he's fucking.
I want to address what you're saying. I want to address more what you're saying. Is that not okay? Do you see that your brother is being intellectual, or is he being more parasitical, is what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, how can anybody be a parasite if the parasite is the one that's supposed to be latching? These women are latching onto him. A lot of women want to feel that power of being someone who can obtain a man who does drugs or who sells drugs, or he's a man who runs several gangs, or he's a man who's just feared by many. That power is something that a lot of women like to obtain. And not, like I said, me and her are not like that. We don't want no man that we have to worry that when he's fucking going to fucking Cuba, the nigga gonna get blown up. We don't want to have to worry about that.
Blown up.
Anything can happen if you fucking with a real top tier drug dealers, top tier niggas like that.
So top tier niggas to y'all are drug dealers.
No, bro, shut up. Listen, what I'm saying is what you said was a nigga who makes over six figures, who is not making it illegally. Period. Point blank.
Making it illegal.
Okay, well, who is making it illegal? Who is making it legally? Legally, guess what? He's making taxes. Great. He's doing the fucking stocks in the trade. Good for him. A nigga who's selling drugs, doing all that other shit. Guess what? We don't want that. You can make that money. I don't want a nigga to have to worry about having to put that shit.
Y'all putting a lot on me because first of all, I never described what a top 10 nigga was.
No.
I said what a top 10 female was.
What?
My
Sir, when I said when we discussed him having money, you stopped us and said, would we be okay with that nigga making six figures illegally?
That's what we
both said. How does he have to sell drugs? Does he have to sell drugs?
But how else do you make money illegally?
Okay. Anyway else, sex trafficking, human trafficking. It's still something that we don't want to deal with, regardless if it's drugs or not. It's still fucking illegal. And at the point of these people have to make up whole.
When is there sex trafficking and there's no drugs? Like, come on now, like
they sell everything. They sell everything. If you selling cocaine,
if you have sex trafficked workers, bro, 9 out of 10, you gotta dope them up, and it breaks it down to if they're being drugs in the mix. There's always some type of drugs when discussing.
Dope them up.
I'm lying?
No, you're not lying.
Exactly.
Period.
This is bothering me
real life.
Because at the end of the day, I really pride myself to be a real nigga.
Period.
At the end of the day, and it's really kind of
bothering a bunch of real niggas.
So it's kind of honestly, so it's really bothering me the fact that you keep describing this real nigga as somebody that doesn't express himself.
It's not necessarily being married. A lot of hood niggas have that one girl that holds shit down.
Period.
Married in the court of law or not. But this is discussed prior, and the girl agrees to this kind of lifestyle. They are never left in the dark. Period.
Never.
Period.
They're never left in the dark. There's no way for you to ever be successful while keeping.
Y'all watch Power. Tasha was getting left in the dark at some important time.
Did Tasha not start shit and know exactly what the fuck was going on in the beginning?
Period.
Yes or no?
I'm just saying.
Yes or no? Can you say yes or no?
No. Yes, she was.
So can you stop now?
No, I can't. You know why? Because you know my thing is, all real niggas know.
Jesus Christ.
It don't matter if you leave your woman in the dark or not. Whenever you do. Tell them what's going on. It can backfire on you. It can backfire on you.
And you telling anybody it can fucking backfire. That's how life goes. You can tell your friend a secret and it can backfire tomorrow. That's the way.
Why can't
Please stop cutting me off.
Okay, go ahead.
That's literally the way that life goes. But you just said just now that any real nigga is not going to tell his shorty, and then you get an example of Power. Like it was Tasha, Tommy, and him.
She said Tasha knew everything. Did we watch the same Power?
Exactly. Who the fuck from the beginning?
Tasha knew everything and fuck Ghost over. She's a rat. She's a sucio raton.
That's not what this is about.
It's not even that. It's just that I'm just saying.
How long was it until she snapped?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the time or duration. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
A real nigga and a real woman is gonna be a real woman. If she was a real woman, it would never happen. It don't matter what happened, what they went through. It doesn't matter. You gonna hold it down. You gonna hold it down.
Yo, I'm just really confused right now.
There's nothing to be confused about.
That's all right. I really can't.
It's nothing to be confused about.
I'm lost in the sauce. I promise you.
It's nothing to be confused about because if you a man, you taking all the risks. Your woman is just a woman that's acknowledged of what you do. If you want to be even more inclusive with your woman and make her part of your operation, that's just more of a risk.
No one said anything about being a part of it. I said knowing about it.
Okay, knowing about it. Basically, if you get hit with a RICO and you know about a person's operation, you can go to prison just because you know that person. Just because you're associated. I'm just saying. It's up to you to say you don't know shit.
What do you mean it's up to me? That's the real nigga in me.
I'm just saying it's up to you to say that.
Why would you ever be with somebody that you don't consider to be a real life bitch?
I'm just saying it don't matter about real ass bitch. None of that.
Why? When you keep saying
it matters when you sit in that interrogation room.
Okay, so who's the one that snitches? Who's the one that done? A real ass nigga, right? Okay then.
I'm just saying. Problem. Real ass niggas is rare breed. It doesn't matter. It's not. I can't classify that. I can't say who's
so what. Real ass nigga.
Listen, I will never fold on my niggas, myself, my family, none of that. If I know I'm doing something, I won't gotta include her or whoever. There is no third party or second party. This is me. I mean, I did what I did. This is my responsibility. I made my 6 figures as such. You know what I'm saying? If she know whatever she know, I don't know what she's talking about. What? I do what? I don't know that. That's how she should respond. He do what? I make 6 figures too, because I'm a top tier bitch. And with a top tier nigga, so, feel me? I'll do what I do. If he was doing that, that's crazy. That should be your answer. That's crazy. Simple as that. Simple as that. Feel me? Niggas could talk about the real. Niggas could hear rap lyrics about the real, but the real is the real. When the pressure is applied, the real is the real. And I've been there. I know what the real is about.
All right, teammates, guess what time it is? It's time to go back to the topic at hand, which was the tier system.
Right, the tier system.
So all 3 of us have already stated that we all have our top tiers, yes. So let's talk about the gassing, as in the gassing of making bitches and niggas feel like they are more than they actually are. Okay, you can go.
I mean,
I'm gonna start. I really gotta tie his voice real quick.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Respectfully, I'm just really kind of tired. Real quick. So, I agree with the whole gassing thing. For some strange reason, niggas is hungry for vagina, and I feel like because niggas are hungry for pussy, then they will go hard and they will gas the bitch up to make her feel much better than what she is. Again, I know a lot of females that wear a lot of like fancy clothing, you know what I'm saying? That wear a lot of designer, but are very much trash.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? But they will still get this. They will still get, I guess, top tier niggas you would consider, only because the fact that they can like dress. But I feel like on other aspects, they are not considered to be top tier.
I want to say I feel like a lot of niggas gas the bitches that got the bodies. They don't even have to have the face. As long as you have a big ass butt and like the little upper body, niggas is falling head over heels for you. Oh, and she's always showing her titties. The bitches that be wearing the fucking, the open shits like that. Niggas love bitches that's showing skin. They love skin out bitches. They love it. So of course they're gonna gas a whack bitch that's dressed like that and her booty and her body is crazy. Why wouldn't you? I'm looking at your butt too, sis. You look good. But like
from
niggas,
behind.
But from behind, turn around, take the makeup off. Wow, who is this person? Who is this grown ass man I'm talking with? Like that's the whole thing that I've never understood about niggas is niggas will be like, oh, I hate bitches that act like this. Y'all the same niggas that will go love 10,000 deep a bitch picture just because her ass is in it and it's fat, but the bitch looks like fucking Shrek in the face. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Wow. Y'all all are guilty of it. I wanted to.
Not me.
When I think about things like that, you know how they say perception is your reality, and like how you perceive things or whatever. I've always, as much as I be saying like, yo, she's like really trash. It's like the nigga may really think that she's the most fancy, that she's the most cutest thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody has beauty's in the eye of the beholder,
right?
So I be thinking that my baby daddy tastes his trash. I question his taste all the time.
What y'all think about G Herbo's baby mother?
She's beautiful. Both of them. Tana is beautiful and Ari is beautiful. Okay. They're both. Ari's just a little hood rat.
I see the hate they get. Like people say they're trash. People say all this. I think they're both.
People say everything.
Internet takes whatever you cannot use shady comments to show validation. With
somewhere out there, somebody thinks me and Janika are fat ass light skinned bitches that we're not even that cute and we full of ourselves, but we're not. somewhere, and then half of the and somewhere else, niggas is like, look at these two beautiful ass fucking grown ass women.
The Nubian queens, yeah.
Well, you know, they wouldn't call us the Nubian ones because we light skinned, so we don't have that.
I'm
They gonna get offended.
Queens,
the dark skinned ones will get offended because you're calling us that. They gonna get mad at us.
Trying to take our titles.
I beef with the light skinned niggas. It's alright. Fuck it.
But yeah, no, I feel like that's usually what happens. And like, how does someone like graduate? Like, so how does someone who's not like, who's a low tier, I guess. So how about we get into the low and the medium tier? Like, so what's a low tier and what's a medium tier person? So a low tier person, I guess for me would be someone who's not working, has no motivation, no ambition, is like completely content with just being a bum, a loser, man and female.
Question. Would you ever fall for a low tier nigga?
Absolutely, I have.
Okay. Would you ever fall for a low tier nigga?
No.
How do you read a low tier nigga?
You can see it. That they're low tier is
I want her to give her analysis
the
of
life.
how you read a low tier nigga.
I ask the basic questions.
What's the basic questions?
Do you have a job?
Do you work?
He can lie. He can fabricate all of that.
She's gonna know because obviously you have too much free time.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Where's your money? Where's your money coming from?
How are you interjecting
smarty.
on my question? You asked me a question, I'm giving you an answer. You saying that he's lying is stupid because I'm not gonna deal with a nigga who can lie about having a job. There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way. You can tell me that you sell drugs. You get what I'm saying? But you're not gonna tell me that you do
don't
nothing.
have a job. Yeah.
You can't. I would consider that to be a medium. I would consider that to be a medium tier nigga. A nigga that works for. That's still medium low to me though. Like a nigga that works at a fast food spot or like a nigga that works in the mall.
Especially at this age, if you're still working at like, you know what, I get it.
Saying. Exactly.
Certain lifestyles, I don't judge people because certain people in certain lifestyles, some people might have been locked up for something that they didn't mean to do, whatever. Preference. You know, it is what it is. Her preference is that. I usually don't judge on what like people have as long as they are making sure that they're not trying to, if you're not trying to get no better than fucking working at McDonald's, bro. For one, I'm 26 and I don't work at McDonald's and I'm a boss. So if I did work at McDonald's, I'd be the district manager of that McDonald's and that franchise. I'm not about to be the one that's flipping the burgers in the back. Like, so if you can't be the person that's like, I guess that's just how I think about that. We can't, I can't, not anymore.
I feel like we are, you can't. Like you just cannot allow yourself to. Me personally, I cannot allow myself to.
Low tier niggas will make a high tier or medium high tier woman lower. Like they'll bring her stock down with him because. Listen, let's look at low tier. I want to say that. I want to say that because no, it is. Because what it is that the stock of a woman, if a woman who is above all of these things, she is someone who has the degrees, she has the businesses, or she has the finances, she's mentally all there, she's a good woman, all in all, she's the top tier woman. If she lets herself fall in love with the low tier nigga, eventually that man is going to taint her. Not in the way of maybe her pockets, but more so her mindset. And that'll eventually in the long run affect her pockets, her spirituality, all those other things. It's not like, that's what I'm saying. Some people have that power, like those low tier people have that power to fucking bring someone that's up on that high ass Everest mountain on the horse down to them on the peasantry ground.
So why I was saying that I don't agree with that only because you would have to, again, I personally would not, but if you were going to, or if I was going to, because there's just certain information that I just didn't know, whatever the case may be, he would have to be right on every other playing field. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. It comes down to my basic questions. Like, what do you plan on doing with your life? Like, where do you see yourself? Like, what do you plan on doing? If you work right there, but you have hopes, you in school, you about to get your CDL, you about to get this, you about to go to technician school, like you about to make bank. So that's not a problem what you're doing right now because you have hopes for more. Right. You have ambition. Ambition is very important.
Very important. Motivation.
But again, a nigga with ambition can't be in a certain position unless shit happened. Period. Like you said, unless he just got out of jail and this, and now he got to work himself back up from the bottom. Period. That is totally different. I will deal with a nigga that is.
We're talking now, but we're exactly what you're saying now. That what we just both agreed on. We're talking about the niggas who just off the rip been living in mommy's house.
We're talking about low tier,
but let's
we're talking about medium tier.
No, I'm talking about both. I just said both. Low to medium because a nigga
who comes out of jail, he's trying to get himself together, but he can only get a job right here. He's at the bottom of the barrel, but he wants to be up here. Yeah. So he's aspiring to be there, and he's making moves to be there. A nigga who is here, who's only good with being here, and he has no problem with being there, niggas don't want that.
So it's more of a mentality thing for you.
That would make the fuck. That's for anybody.
So what if it's just a financially thing? Like, what if this low tier nigga that you might perceive as low tier, and he comes home? Let's say he caught a body. He did 20 years. He's 30 years old. He comes home. He's coming home to a $10 million bag. But is he low tier? Is he medium tier?
Low tier is it's just like we did the high tier and the medium tiers. Like all these things have more qualifications than just being financially structured. Like I would say
you can't be a low tier. That's what I'm saying. You can't be a low tier nigga.
You can't be a low tier rich nigga. That's what I'm saying. You can't be a low tier nigga with money.
You can be.
So let's go to medium tier.
You can be a medium.
Let's go to medium tier because low tier we kind of got to just
the ones in the middle. The medium niggas are the ones who are doing what they need to do. They got that bag. They know they can take care of a bitch if they need to. They can take her on a trip, do what they need to do for her, do what they need to do for themselves. Buy my bitch a car if I want to, but also are dirtbags.
Also are dirtbags.
Or not all of them, but what I'm saying is some of them.
Sometimes tiers are not dirtbags.
No, not all. No. People are not
Kevin Samuels. Listen, they always exercise their options.
Kevin Samuels said high value men exercise all their options. So you are my fiance and you are my end game, but I also want to go fuck this stripper because she might.
I can't.
That makes absolute sense. I don't even fuck with that man, but it don't look like he could pull anything.
He's been divorced 3 times.
With his fucking.
And that's why I don't understand why people are listening to him. You've been divorced 3 times, whether or not he's the one who ended it or other person was the one who ended it. You've never successfully had a relationship
I'm trying to take
to where it lasted.
I don't like him.
To where your communication skills and your knowledge of how, distasteful women can be in a relationship as well as men. You have never had a successful relationship in the last 3 marriages, regardless if you ended it or not. So I don't understand why people believe him and his wicked, skewed perception.
Gay.
I doesn't give a fuck if first of all, he's not even that attractive. I don't give a fuck how much money
his hairline is mad pushed back,
and that's obviously not a real hairline. Let's be real. Let's be real. My son be saying shit, and people really not thinking about the fact that he has been divorced 3 times. Every time I watch what he says, I'm like, you've been divorced 3 times. Regardless of the fact that you can sit here and tell a bitch why she can't get a nigga, you can't keep your bitch from leaving, or you can't keep a bitch from doing you dirty that you have to leave. But you're perfect. You're top tier. Square. You're high value.
He feels he's top tier. Oh, that's how I always wanted
to know.
He's
a high value man. High value men like myself is what he is a high value. He's a high value man like myself is what he prides himself on saying. So he's a high value man.
He said what a high value man is to him. A high value man is somebody that can maintain himself fully all around. And if a female could walk into the spot and he can maintain himself and her too.
Yeah.
And if a child walk into the spot,
they can maintain all
3. That is a top tier. Yeah. That is a high value man.
So
what are you saying? Hold on a second. What are you saying no to? You're saying no to what?
That should be a top tier man.
I was just about to say that. What, is that a bad?
He's handling business. He's a good father, good husband, good.
Do you not want?
Man?
I was gonna ask him a personal question.
All right. No. Listen.
Ask that later.
Listen. wait. Hold on. All right. So, okay, we're gonna use him as an example.
Who?
He can maintain.
Who's him?
Mr. Samuels.
Okay.
He can maintain the child, the girl factor, and the child. Right. Boom. That's cool. My whole thing is the fact that because there's people that's not on his social quo that can do the same thing. Are they labeled as status quo? Like he does whatever he does for a living and makes however much figures that make him feel.
Is the Z-list celebrity still a celebrity?
Z-list?
Is it Z-list? No, what I'm asking you is because the question that you're asking is why I'm asking this. Is a Z-list celebrity still a celebrity? Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
What it is.
That's the answer to your question that you're asking.
That's the answer. All right,
that's it. That's the way simple it is.
Yeah, too absolutely right.
I'm done. We're not.
No. To my question, that was.
Oh yeah. That's all. I was trying to simplify your answer because I heard the question and I'm like, yo, simple way to answer this right now. But yeah,
today was intense.
Very intense.
I love it. It needs to be like that all the time.
It's usually intense. Me and Janika talk about some pretty intense things.
It needs to always be intense.
Intense. And we probably have to have a part 2 because I'm pretty sure there's some things that we did not touch.
I feel
from all the side banter and the perspectives that we needed to have clarified. Yes. So this will be something that we do revisit maybe in the future.
Can I give it like a shout out?
Sure, do your thing, bro.
Oh, shout out to P Block, shout out to the 7, shout out to 700 shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hood booger.
Yeah.
Hood booger shit. Listen,
This is the same.
y'all
man
know
that
the
won't
name.
tell
Y'all
his
know
female
it's
anything.
Mr. Smitty Bands. Mr. I don't want to hold your hands. All that. Feel
Mr.
me?
I don't want to hold your hand.
You already know the womb raider, who greater.
Wow. Okay.
Whom greater, who greater?
It says, not you, a girl that leads with her ass, ain't got much else to offer. What makes y'all high value women? This is a question to both of y'all.
Who said I was high
I was just
value?
about to say that.
That
I was just
brother,
about to say
whoever
that.
said that?
How you gonna
Power to
How
you,
you gonna
brother.
no?
Power to
But
you.
my thing is that how did you ever? When did we ever say that we were high value women? Listen, honestly, if we were high value women, guess where we would be right now in a studio, like a all white studio with diamonds hanging from chandeliers because we're rich.
If I was a high value female, I would very much be married.
Period. I'd be married. I would not be
very
nobody's
much.
baby mom. I would be married.
So never.
I'm definitely a medium tier woman though. I'm not a high tier woman, but I aspire to be a high tier woman. I ain't a low tier. I'm in the medium. Okay. And I aspire to be in the high, and I shall. Don't knock a bitch confidence, okay?
I'm jacking.
And don't ever put words in our mouth either. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Because we keep talking about high value people.
I'm jacking you, whoever you is. I'm jacking you.
Jacking up for what?
Right. Because
we never said that. We never said
we
that.
need some men empowerment here. It's 2-1. I need somebody on my side.
I just wanted to make sense. That's all.
I just wanted to make sense.
That's it. Like, I never said because we're able to define what's high, medium, and low. That never said that.
I'm talking my shit because I ain't really see what they said. I ain't really see what they said.
And you know what's funny is I'm pretty sure I said I want a man that's exactly the way I am. So you better take that. Yeah. I just poured my no, sir. I still gotta go home and be a mommy. Okay, so guys, guess what time it is? It is time to close this out. So we are happy to have our special guest.
I'm gonna be back.
Probably not.
Wow, that's crazy.
We don't know if you're moved off the island just yet. We're gonna have to conspire later on to figure that out. Wow. Sometimes we can do redos. We have a few people that have to do redos because first take's not the best take. So yes, this is.
I just took a shot.
So let's try again. Anyway, this is
Tea in the Classroom. Yay!